All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to properly apply Teflon tape and dope to avoid those leaks. There's a few methods to do in order to prevent the leaks while you're applying the Teflon tape and the dope. For one, you want to make sure that when you are applying the Teflon tape, that the Teflon tape is going in the same direction that thread is going. So if it's a regular thread, you want to be making sure that you're turning that Teflon tape onto the thread clockwise. Don't be lazy and not use dope. I've seen so many situations in the past where other people have used a little bit of tape, thrown it together, and then sure enough, you have a little small drip. I've rarely seen leaks happen when you use dope with the tape, and I'll show you how that's done. All right, let's jump into this and let me show you how to properly apply the Teflon tape and the dope. So the first thing you want to make sure that you do when you're doing this is that you want to use pink Teflon tape. I don't like to use the white Teflon tape. I find it's a little too thin. The pink Teflon tape is a little thicker and a little more durable. It seems to stick to the threads a little better, so we like to use the pink Teflon tape. So what we'll do here is I'll grab the Teflon tape. Everybody has their own little methods of doing this. I find this works best for me. So what I do is I grab the tape in my right hand and I'll grab whatever I'm going to be applying the tape to on my left hand. From here, what I'll do is I'll put the tape just on my finger, just like this here, and I'll push the tape onto the threads just like that. And then this finger here will just apply the tape onto the thread like this. Now, as you can see, this is just a standard thread here. I'm going to be going the same way that I'll be screwing the fitting onto the thread, which would be clockwise. From here, what I'm doing is I put my finger in the middle of the Teflon tape here, and I'm creating a little bit of tension from here to the nipple here that I'm using. From here, all I do is I just wrap the tape around, and I use my other finger just to hold the Teflon tape so it stays nice and tight, just like this. Because if I didn't have this finger here, the tape would just kind of fly out. So now we'll do 3 to 4 wraps of tape. So there's 1, there's 2, and another thing that you can see here, there's 3, and we'll just put 4 wraps, okay? Just to show you. So from here, I'll just pull the tape right just like that, make a nice smooth transition. So from here, as you can see, always try to miss the first 1 or 2 threads, okay? It's not a big deal if you do get it on the first couple threads, but it's ideally you want it to miss the first couple threads. And that is to prevent the tape from going inside of the fitting or the pipe. All right, now I'm gonna show you how to apply the dope. It's a really easy procedure. You want to make sure, for one, that you don't have too much dope. So what you do is you just use a little bit of dope here, and always miss the first couple threads when you're putting the dope on. So as you can see, we'll just put the dope, just a nice thin layer of dope just on there, just like that, all the way around. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like while we're tightening on at the nipple onto a fitting. So we'll start the fitting here onto the nipple, and we'll just tighten it up. Now there's a big difference between doing the Teflon tape on clockwise versus if you did it the other way, counterclockwise. If you put on the Teflon tape counterclockwise and it's a clockwise thread, the tape will it won't go in between the threads. It'll just push to the outside of the thread. So let me show you, we'll just tighten this up here and I'll show you what it looks like so you know what a properly taped and doped thread joint should look like. I'll even tighten it a little extra, just like that. Now you can see here, there's just a little bit of tape and dope that kind of came off. That's normal, but this here is how your joint should look. All right, so if you follow those procedures, I'm confident that you'll have a watertight seal. If you have any questions, guys, please let us know.